juiciness.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Player Lord!
It's cold. They had all these trucks over here, they gone. All these delivery services. Prime and all that shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Business was booming over here for a half a minute. Niggas was all happy because they had a job. Uh-huh. Look at that shit. Once again, we got a nice, brand new, clean, empty building. They ain't got shit to do with this motherfucker now. I wonder what they gonna use this shit for. What they gonna use this shit for now?
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Fuck!
Yeah, damn it!
Yes, you are. And yeah.
Wake up, motherfuckers. There's only a few of you dummies who are listening who gonna get out of this shit. I'm talking to you.
So you have the real race baiters train white folks and brainwash them to believe that everybody is the problem except white folks. So the white folks who really controlling and pulling all of the strings, they're pulling all of the strings. They're the ones who are fucking it up for everybody. They're the real blame for all of the problems, but that's too much like right to blame them. So they use the media propaganda, the propaganda machine to pit Americans against Americans, black against white, black against Latinos, whites against everybody. You know, that's how they do. That's their game. So at the end of the day, if you fall for that and you really feel that way, then this message is for you. I'm not against all white people, but I am against all white people who is against me. Fuck all you motherfuckers.
Player Lord is here. My player Lord, my player Lord.
Yes, you are. Pandera.
Well, I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
player lord is here.
Who's that man who's good and bad? Cussing niggas out cause they made him mad. Motherfucker. I am blessed and you are damned. Play your Lord. Play your Lord. Play your Lord.
This nigga's crazy.
Size 13 coming in your ass. Play your Lord. Play your Lord. Motherfucker. Mwah. 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 Ooh-wee. You niggas in trouble. Welcome to Spirit World News. I am your host, the new Samuel L. Jackson.
Shut the fuck up!
On this edition of Spirit World News, I know y'all can probably hear this wind blow. I'm talking about this shit in a minute. But on this edition of Spirit World News, this video is specifically for Catherine. I'm gonna play some clips from some videos that she just recently made. I'm gonna play a clip from YouTube channel Big Judah. And throughout this video, of course, this is Spirit World News. I'm gonna be talking about some spiritual shit. Now, like I said, y'all can probably hear this wind blowing. It was last number of days. Cold as shit. Look at this shit. During this time when I took this screenshot, it was 16 degrees. Felt like it was 3 degrees. And right around that time, I noticed them motherfuckers were spraying the chemtrails. And I was like, why the fuck are they spraying these chemtrails? Because, like I said, they spray these chemtrails for a number of reasons. And these chemtrails also makes the motherfucking temperature drop. Makes it be cold and stay cold and all that shit. And when it comes to us getting sick from these chemtrails, that shit don't really work when it's real cold. Just like it don't work that much in the summertime because the sun of righteousness, the sun killing that shit, keeps us at a high vibration and the shit don't really work that well. So I'm like, okay, it's cold as shit. Why the fuck are they spraying these chemtrails? They use them to cover shit up, you know, planetary type objects and shit like that. But we had pretty much good so-called cloud coverage. And it's cold as shit. So I'm like, why are they spraying these goddamn chemtrails? And when I looked on the motherfucking, checked out the weather report for the next number of days, I was like, now I see why they spraying them goddamn chemtrails, because the temperature was getting ready to go back up. 50s, 60s, damn near. So they wanted to get a jump on that shit. Spray them chemtrails early. Try to keep you cold as shit around here, you know, so the goddamn demons could be comfortable. Motherfucker. Now, this weird weather around here ain't just about so-called fall season, winter season, all that shit. Energy, ascension, 5D earth, and all this shit that a lot of people are talking about. And I'm gonna talk about this in a minute. And come to think of it, let me say this. Talking about ascension, weird things going on, which y'all finna get into. Do y'all know what time it is? Y'all paying attention, y'all should know. Do y'all know what time it is?
Booty time.
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Yep. Booty time. A couple of videos ago, I was telling y'all that I saw, you know, because spirit world is opened up, Halloween season and all this shit, yeah. In the spirit realm, so-called dream, I saw that comedian, Andrew Dice Clay. And I was talking about that movie that he made called For Failing. So, y'all know me. I had to watch that movie again. I ain't watched that motherfucker in years. And I completely forgot Ed O'Neill was in this motherfucking movie. Ed O'Neill, who played, what's that motherfucker? I can't even think. Here I go. What's the name of that motherfucker? Married with Children. He played Al Bundy. And that last name, Bundy, that's the name of one of these Illuminati families and shit, you know. No, there ain't no fucking coincidence. But he was in that movie too, For Failing, with Andrew Dice Clay. And I completely forgot that he was in this movie, and he was singing a song called Booty Time. Booty Time across the USA. Don't that shit just goes perfect with what's going on in this motherfucking country and what's about to go down? And Booty Time, that goes right along with It's Your Ass, Mr. Postman. Booty time.
That'll teach you to despoil our human booty.
One thing I noticed about this shit on TikTok, I'm not surprised about this shit, but there's a lot of people complaining about censorship. This ain't no surprise to me, but this amazed me. The enemy just keep exposing themselves, because the videos that I was watching, people was talking about 5D Earth, ascension, waking up, these energies, who we are, and all that shit, right? And one of the videos I was watching talking about this shit, they had that fucking banner at the bottom talking about COVID-19. COVID-19, here's some information about COVID-19. Now, this is based on, you know, this is just like I've talked about YouTube, you know, putting that Wikipedia shit on our videos. And I'm like, wait a minute. That video that I watched, they was talking about ascension, us waking up, things of that nature. They weren't talking nothing about COVID, vaccine, none of that shit. But yet they had that banner at the bottom of the video talking about, here's the COVID information. Yeah, in the back of my mind, like, okay, maybe this is a mistake. They weren't even talking about that shit in that video. So eventually I realized, as I was watching more videos, the majority of the videos that wasn't talking about this coronavirus and all that shit, the majority of them videos, they was talking about ascension, 5D Earth and all that shit. The majority of them videos had that banner at the bottom of their video talking about COVID-19. Why? See? It's so fucking obvious. They keep exposing themselves. This is what this shit is about. Niggas is about to wake up and they freaking the fuck out trying to be slick. Now, a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let me find this motherfucker. Listen to me, niggas, in case y'all missed this shit. And if you saw it, let me reiterate this shit. A number of months ago, one of my subscribers left a comment. And this is exactly what he said. From Garrett Patterson. He said, God came to me in a dream and showed me that I was not the body, that I am the Son. Since then, I have always known that there is a God. One more time. Listen, motherfuckers. He said, God came to me in a dream and showed me that I was not the body, that I am the Son. Since then, I have always known that there is a God. That's the comment that my brother left on one of my videos, and the Illuminati YouTube deleted that comment. Shut up, motherfucker. What is wrong with that comment? What's offensive about it? No cuss words in it or nothing. Yet they deleted that comment because that's what this is about. These are some wicked ass satanic motherfuckers who are trying to distract everybody from what's happening with the energies. The spirit world is coming into our existence now. We're moving out of this physical bullshit. And we are going into the spirit realm. The earth, Mother Earth, is going into the spirit realm. And now it's gotten to the point where they censoring motherfuckers and trying to distract motherfuckers from simple shit like this, just talking about God came to me in a dream. I mean, think y'all, these are some satanic motherfuckers who are trying to murder as many of God's people as they possibly can before their ass get destroyed, like I said so many times.
I'd be remiss if I didn't rub your goopy noses in the fact that I'm immune.
Hi, I'm Catherine, the creator of SSHEA and the JETSUNS, Community Preservation of the Promised Land. I'm here to create the Promised Land. Now, on today's topic, it's about Obama starting a Promised Land book. He wrote a Promised Land book, or creating some sort of Promised Land initiative, but I don't think so, because it's just about his book of the Promised Land. Now, it's funny that he did that, because you see, I sent him the entire coordinates of the Promised Land. I mean, the business plan and everything about the Promised Land. Right when he took office, I gave him the entire business plan and application of the Promised Land. And he, see this executive orders of the Promised Land that I wrote to him. Okay. And then in return, he sent me a letter stating that he really appreciated me sending him the coordinates, and then he sent me another letter. So he sent me this letter. This is Obama letter. Read it. Okay, that's Obama's letter. And then he sent me another, okay, by email. Okay, different year. Okay, so just read that right there. That's Obama. Okay, just letting you know so you can see. Okay, that's Obama. Now, he has the coordinates and the entire instructions of the patent of the Promised Land, you see. He has the Promised Land patent. So now he wrote a book about the Promised Land, and he only talks about his experience. He only talks about his experience in the White House. But how come you didn't announce the Promised Land, that everybody's supposed to be going into the Promised Land, of the instructions that I told you to do? Why you only put a book about just you, and then you made a statue of yourself, and you said a call to conscious Martin Luther King people? Okay, when in the coordinates in the book that I wrote, my book right here, The Arrival of the Promised Land that I created, I told you that 6 days after he was assassinated, I was born, and I somehow knew about the Promised Land, but did not, I knew about the Promised Land as a small child, and gave you that detailed information about me being a child, knowing about Martin Luther King, but no one told me about Martin Luther King. I'm talking about the Promised Land part. So you have my childhood experience with Martin Luther King, and then me knowing about the Promised Land and giving you the detailed coordinates of the Promised Land, and then you writing a book, and then you didn't announce nothing. And then to top matters off, you went on Oprah. And you only talked about your personal experience, that you talked about how you felt bad about what you couldn't do. But here is your letter in 2009. I gave you the instructions in 2009. There's the date. So you have it. It's not like you don't have it. You have the complete. Look how thick this business plan is. This is a very thick business plan. This is not, the stats and everything, detailed Promised Land in detail, that if you create the Promised Land, 2 different Promised Land, because it'll be public and private, the public will bring in $1 trillion every year for the economy, because people will be charged to come and pay for the services in the Promised Land. you know, it costs money for a Jetsons. But for the gingerbread colored people, it's free. Everything is free in the private promised land where the gingerbread colored people will be living at. You know, black people, Negro, whatever you want to call it, will be living in the private promised land, and the public too. But in the private promised land is where the conscious Martin Luther King people that you said on your book right here. I'll show it right here. And shout out to Tracy Steele, because Tracy Steele had mentioned this promised land thing, and I didn't even know it. So shout out to Tracy Steele. And shout out to everybody that donated. I wanted to get that in. Antoine Johnson, thank you so much for your $50 donation. Thank you. But yeah, let me get back to it. So Obama, you know, you could have mentioned the promised land that I gave you, the instructions. That's what my whole point is, that don't, you know, go through this life, in your life, you know, being judged for what you were supposed to do and you didn't do it. You were supposed to announce the promised land and the instructions I gave you. I am the only one that can create the promised land, and you know that. You made a plaque. Okay, you made a plaque of yourself, and you put to a call to all conscious Martin Luther King type people, you're trying to say. So you're really kind of mocking Martin Luther King, because Martin Luther King said to put down the promised land. Wow. And what did you do? You only talked about your, you know, you're like self-centered. Why are you talking about your personal life? Who gives a fuck about your personal life? We don't care about you, bitch. You supposed to create the promised land, like Martin Luther King said. When Trump was in office, he had Martin Luther King statue on his, you know, when he would sit at his office, you'll see Martin Luther King statue right here. Why y'all using this man? Why are you using Martin Luther King and not doing what he said? He said, when we get to the Congress building, when we get to Washington, we're gonna come and pick up our checks. That's what the conscious Martin Luther King said. He said, I think I had led my people down a burning building. And when we march on Washington, we're gonna pick up our checks. Okay, that's getting to the promised land, because you owe us. Each and every building that sits on our land anywhere owes us monthly rent payment for the rest of our lives. That means all prison systems, all jails, airports, apartment buildings, stores, restaurants, anything you can think of, even a stop sign. You guys collect taxes on them stop signs. We need to get that. We need to get our money. Monthly payments from a stop sign that you put. Yes, that you getting paid off them stop signs. See, down to the detail, you people are so fucking greedy. You collecting it, and you're on our land. You are occupying our land, and you're using the most dangerous coons in the world to come against us. Obama was president. He was the biggest coon, that's the biggest coon. How you gonna write a book about the promised land, talking about what Martin Luther King? You weren't even talking. You didn't even mention Martin Luther King. You can use this man's name, but what did he say? He said, create the promised land. He said, put the promised land down. Now here I am, 6 days after he was assassinated. I'm writing you, telling you the details of how to create the promised land in detail. This is detailed instructions on how to create the promised land. See. So here you are with your little statue here. You think you're doing something. Okay, a call to conscious Martin Luther King. A promised land, Barack Obama. Becoming Michelle Obama. Nobody is becoming Michael Michelle Obama. Nobody want to be that bitch. Do you understand me? Nobody want to be you.
Dummy.
Because now we can see what you are. You have the coordinates to the promised land. Do you understand? What you just did on Oprah, look at Oprah. Bitch, if you don't take that lace front wig off, you fat, funky bitch.
Booty time, run USA. Booty time,
Booty time. Across the USA. It's your ass, Mr. Postman. Booty time. Talking about Ed O'Neill, who played Al Bundy, and he was in that movie. Was it The Adventures of Ford Fairlane? He was in that movie singing that song, Booty Time. It was a while ago when I talked about this shit. Once again, being in the spirit realm, so-called dream, I saw him, Ed O'Neill, and his son on that TV show, Bud Bundy, who I think his real name is David Faustino, I think. I saw both of them motherfuckers in the spirit realm. And boy, oh boy, was this some demonic shit going on. I couldn't even describe that shit. I barely remember exactly what was going on, but that shit was sick. And I told y'all before, a lot of the shit that I've seen in the spirit realm, it's hard to even describe. And if I was able to describe it, y'all would throw up. Even though we dealing with memory loss, and everybody knows how sick these motherfuckers are, but because a lot of people still dealing with memory loss to the point where they ain't waking up on the level that we are, God's people. So a lot of these motherfuckers gonna be really, really surprised when they see just how sick these motherfuckers are. But anyway, booty time. These energies that's been coming through. We just had that a solar eclipse not too long ago. The night before that solar eclipse, I couldn't even get to sleep. What's new? And when I did finally get to sleep, the next day, goddamn, you talking about me going nuts. I had so much energy in me. I was all hyped up and shit. I was dancing like a motherfucker and shit. It was booty time. And this is what these motherfuckers is freaking out about, this ascension shit. And once again, talking about watching them videos on TikTok. A number of people put up some videos. These motherfuckers is actually literally shining. These people was literally shining, showing that shit in these videos and shit. And see, I told you motherfuckers. What was it? Player Lord Show, episode 9. I told y'all I was in the during this time I was homeless for 6 weeks. I was staying in this abandoned house and shit. And I was purposely not eating a lot to conserve food. And I was purposely fasting. And because I was not eating a lot, fasting, one time I went 3 straight days without eating. And when I did eat, I only eat once a day. No electronics around other than this little pocket radio that I had, but that was it. And I was sleeping in the pitch dark. Next thing you know, the light within me was shining so fucking bright, I could actually see in the motherfucking dark. And I could actually see the light coming out of my motherfucking eyeballs. Ooh-wee! G-O-D. The guys and goddesses is waking up, motherfuckers. And of course, I ain't the only one who's been talking about this shit. And this is why these motherfuckers freaking out. Because they finna get fucked up.
Oh my gosh!
I talked about Sophia Stewart a number of times, especially, concerning this fact that she's the original creator, writer, author, and all that shit of not only The Matrix, but also The Terminator. And of course, Hollywood, these Illuminati motherfuckers, stole her shit, fucked it up, twisted it up, and made it Antichrist. But, like I said, I haven't, Catherine, of course, talks about Sophia Stewart. And I haven't gotten into much information about what she's been talking about. And I just saw this video and she's talking about that The Terminator, that was really a prequel to The Matrix. And she said that motherfucking, just like I told y'all, that John Connor, that was Jesus Christ. But remember, Hollywood took this shit and twisted it up and fucked it up. It wasn't based, they took the shit from her but it wasn't really her real true vision. But yeah, she said that John Connor was Jesus Christ, and that the Terminator, that series, that was a prequel to the Matrix. And she said that because the Matrix was the future, she said that Sarah Connor was really Neo's mother. God damn. Now just imagine if her vision of the Terminator and the Matrix wouldn't have been fucked with by these wicked ass motherfuckers, and we would have seen the vision that she had for that shit. It would have been fucking beautiful to see that shit on the big screen. But the thing about it is, the reason why these motherfuckers are freaking out like a motherfucker is because her vision of Terminator and the Matrix and all that shit, it's reality.
Booty time.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Listen to this shit, niggas. LAPD union leader warns tourists planning trips to LA. We can't guarantee your safety.
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Southern California is experiencing a violent crime wave, prompting tourists to stay away from Los Angeles. Although the LAPD chief, Michael Moore, tried to assure people that crime is not out of control, residents are still unsafe. My message to anyone thinking about coming to Los Angeles, especially during the holiday season, is don't. Jamie McBride, the head of the LA Police Protective League, the union representing LAPD officers, said in a television interview. McBride's message stems from a wave of crime slamming in LA and surrounding areas. We can't guarantee your safety. It is really, really out of control. Listen to this shit, niggas. Listen to this shit, niggas. I said it to people before. It's like that movie Purge. Instead of 24 hours to commit your crime, these people have 365 days to commit whatever they want, said McBride. Crimes continue to go rampant in the Southern California area, but some of the latest victims were hit at the downtown Intercontinental Hotel on Tuesday morning. The robbers stole an estimated $100,000 in jewelry. Did y'all hear that shit? Motherfucker said, shit's going on out there. It's like that movie, The Purge. Do y'all know what time it is?
Booty time, run USA. Booty time, hey, hey, hey.
The Most High has done a wonderful job making many of these Gentiles hold our information for us until it was time for us to awaken. And that's why, the Most High uses, the right-hand side, the left-hand side. I said, I'm sure we had plenty of Gentiles when we were in our position of power. We were on top that were down with us. I said they came to us, they came to our forefathers, wanting them to rule over them because our forefathers had knowledge and understanding. And there's plenty of Gentiles that are those descendants of those people. Same spirits that were in those people, those Gentiles that were down with us before, those spirits are still here now. And they're still down with us now. And that's why, when we first got into the truth and everybody's like about, like all the Gentiles are this and all. I said, that's not true. I said, we got just like Israel. You got not all of Israel is Israel. Not all of Israel actually has Israel's best intentions at heart. There's been plenty of wicked Israelites who were down with the other nations as well. So and they worked against our people. So we also have a lot of Gentiles, I said, that have been used to keep our information so that when we awaken, it would be there for us. And I'm seeing some absolutely mind-blowing information that, if the things were the way the church set up, how they said that, Satan is like a free agent, and he can do whatever he wants, and he's like a adversary to the Most High. Well, don't you think that if that was true, hold on fast. If that was true, then he would have burned every single piece of information that he could. He would have destroyed everything so that we couldn't find our way back to the Most High. I mean, if he really had, that kind of power, would he not have just, I mean, if I was him, I would try to burn absolutely everything. I would try to destroy absolutely everything so we would never be able to find our way back. But what you're seeing is the Most High has left clues everywhere. He's left clues everywhere. So once, like as I typed in that Illuminati book, once you have this, you have an awakened to a certain understanding, then you see these clues everywhere. I was like, damn, I never saw this before. Damn, I didn't see this before, because the Most High set it up. He said he'd actually conceal a thing, but he didn't say he wasn't gonna just destroy it so you never be able to find your way back. He's concealing a thing, but he also gives you the understanding and the means to be able to find your way back to the Father if you're willing to continue all the way. It is easy to get complacent. It is easy to get a certain amount of information and say, okay, I've had enough. This is good for me. I feel comfortable here. That happens quite a bit. And it just depends on the kind of spirit that you have, that if you're going to continue to follow the Father and can continue no matter where he leads you. I said, so Satan is only doing his job. His job is to set up these roadblocks, set up this obstacle course. And it's our job, to continue to follow the Father no matter where he leads us. Ultimately, we win at the end, no matter what. I said, no matter how everything looks and how bleak things might look at times, we win at the end, no matter what.
The mind of a god. I was watching this video on TikTok. This brother was talking about this particular passage in the Bible that was referring to God as being evil. And of course, he's kind of freaking out, blasphemy, Listen to me, niggas. You can't know what's good without the evil. And you can't know what's evil without the good. This world is not good. This world is not evil. This world is wicked. Let me explain. See, there's no balance in this world. You must have balance. Good and evil, We are basically talking about the feminine energy and the masculine energy. Male, female, left, right, yin, yang, love, hate, good, evil. There must be a balance. So you, as an individual, you must have that balance, because if you, as an individual, you are evil and have no good within you, then your ass is wicked. And if you are good and you have no evil within you, then you a soft motherfucker. There must be a balance between good and evil. So the good will prevent the evil from being wicked, and the evil will prevent the good from being soft. There must be a balance. And as an individual, when you have that balance of good and evil, what do you have? You have a god, a goddess, the mind of a god.
And I'm not saying parasite to say it in a mean way or calling someone a name. I'm not saying it like that. I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm being factual about it. Like, what are you? What are you? I'm a Negro. I'm Black. I'm a female. What is Glenn Beck? What is people like Glenn Beck? I'm not just saying I don't want to pick on this man, but I'm just saying people like him, like Fox News. Fox News, all of the senators, people, what are they? They are parasites. You can't lie about that. You have to tell the truth. What is a parasite? A parasite is when they went to school all their lives and they know that they're killing Black indigenous gods. Like, they know that they're killing Black people. That's a parasite. When they know that they're killing indigenous Black people, in which this is not their land. See, white people know that this is not their land. That's why they keep saying this is the greatest country ever. This is because it's not your country. That's why you keep saying this is our country, because it is not your country. You found it. You saw it. You came here and you conquered it. You stole it. This ain't your country. Just because you stole it don't make it yours. This is why you're a parasite, because you can't. You think because you stole the land like it's yours. That's what a parasite does. It'll steal something and it'll believe that it's theirs, when technically it was never there. They committed a fucking crime. Every senator is a criminal because they're committing crimes on humanity. Then they turn around and point the finger at you as if you're the criminal. That's a parasite. That's what a parasite does. So Glenn Beck is a person where he's okay with this type of bullshit that his people created. Those are parasites. 7 billion, and on the Georgia Guidestones, it says 7 billion of them got to go. And they said leave room not once but 3 times, carved in stone, and it's saying to leave room for nature. It said leave room for nature, Senator. Leave room for nature, meaning that you stole the land and you have to share at least half of the shit that you stole. Leave room for nature means leave room for Black people. Plant life, animal life, leave room for nature. You don't take all the fucking land and take it all to yourself, and then you're gonna try to keep this oppression shit forever. See, this is why Obama and Oprah is a straight abomination to this world, because they have the coordinates to the promised land. They have it. This is sick. I mean, this is how many pages? This is 40. This is 50 pages. Of detail of how much. The SSHEA and the JETSUNS. The SSHEA and the JETSUNS, community preservation of the promised land, means that each and every Black person, African American, Negro, whatever you want to call yourself, gingerbread color outlaw, technically, that each person receives their free top of the line motorhome, coach, RV, JETSUNS. That in 2 years it will be a jet, and it will also be like a submarine car where you can go in the ocean and see different things in the ocean, because it's waterproof and it's a jet. So you can live in your jet and you can travel to 13 different promised land areas in your area. Promised land means that the areas that you were stolen from, that you were removed from, 640 acres is yours. You see this picture here is a picture of a gingerbread colored woman, a gingerbread colored little girl who's in her promised land. She's in her promised land. And this new arrival here, the white boy, came and stole our promised land with Bass Reeves. So Bass Reeves, 1980, 1800s Bass Reeves, black man, with other black people, with the white people and the Moors, stole our lands. And so it would be Obama and Oprah is all in on it, because she says the promised land. They all know that I sent Oprah my promised land before Obama was even president. I sent Oprah. I went to a thing. They had a convention where you would meet Oprah, and you have to send her your proposal. I sent Oprah 3 years before he was president. So Oprah has the promised land. You understand? She never wrote me back. She just said thank you. That's all I got. I just got a thank you letter from her assistants that she got the coordinates to the promised land. See, these people are an abomination. These people are a straight abomination to you, because the promised land means that you will be getting your promised land back that was removed from you, 640 acres that the senator has given back to us because they removed us from our lands. In the promised land, it's free. Everything is free. Your rent, it's your house, it's your home, and you have 2 different housing. You have your SSHEA facility. You have your RV, which is a motorhome, top of the line motorhome. That's one home, but you're using that vehicle for your family and you to travel to different promised land across from Canada to South America. And then when it flies, obviously it'll go from country to country in certain promised land areas that we built, where we were at before the Gentiles and the heathens came here. We already had our promised land in our own, because this is our world. This earth is all black. This is a black planet.
Ooh-wee. It's your ass, Mr. Postman. Oh boy. See, these wicked ass people in this world don't understand. These privileged motherfuckers. They don't understand is we don't need no goddamn pat on the back from them motherfuckers. We don't need their okay. We don't need their permission. We don't need nothing from their wicked asses. And we certainly don't want their blessings. How the fuck they gonna bless us anyway? They damned. It's time to go to the promised land. Talking about Sophia Stewart and the Matrix. Motherfucking Neo died. Remember that shit? Agent Smith shot that motherfucker full of holes. And Neo came back to life. Destroyed Agent Smith and those other 2 agents. They saw what happened to Agent Smith. And motherfuckers took off running. But the question is, how did Neo come back to life? Love brought him back to life. Trinity, who was a representation of the Holy Spirits. So we got a lot of gosh people who are afraid to die. And they're gonna get fucked up. The true power that we have is not in this physical reality. is in the real world, spirit world. And that time has come. Promised land.